Um, well, by now, for anybody who's watching this, I would imagine, well, for many people that could be watching this, I would imagine that those supposed people would be wondering what the hell I'm talking about. I talk about a Christianity that the world does not have. The world cannot have it. Because after all, they are the world. They're not going to have it. If it was accessible to everybody, Jesus would never have said the world. It is not accessible to the world. Paul basically said that unless there is an evangelist, they won't know. How can they hear about Christ, Paul said, unless somebody preaches to them? The Christian structure, the Christian way of life that we're calling Christian is nothing else but the world with a few bangles. It's bullshit. That's why people don't agree with their pastors. That's why people leave churches. That's why people join churches. Because it's bullshit. Not only will there be signs that follow those that believe, which we're not seeing, not only will they be different from the world. Paul said, you died to sin. How can you live it any longer? His impression was you couldn't. That it was not something that you can continue in. That although there may be mistakes at the beginning, that you could not continue in it, that you would not be doing the same things. So, people wonder, maybe what would a Christian's life be like? A born-again Christian's life be like? Well, in this video, I'd like to talk about persecution. Jesus said they will hate you. If everybody loves you, then you're not born again. You're probably not even following Jesus if everybody loves you. Jesus says if the world hates you, the people around you hate you. Keep in mind that it hated me first. Jesus said the gate is narrow, not broad. Not everybody goes down it. If the gate is broad that leads to destruction, that's where Christians are going, to destruction. And they hate those that are going to life. John said in 1 John, Cain murdered his brother. And he asks him, and why did he murder him? Because his brother's actions were evil, or because his actions were evil and his brother's actions were righteous. Jesus said they will persecute you from city to city. I've moved, and my persecutors follow me. That's the wonderful invention of word of mouth. I like that John Rubin song, word of mouth. This is what everybody's talking about. I don't know know if it's in context actually, but it fits. I have been jailed. I have been beaten. Members of my family have testified against me in court. My mother has testified against me in court. My brother has testified against me in court. My father may have testified against me in court. Jesus said a man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Do not think I came to bring peace on the earth. If there's peace in your life, then there's a problem. If there's peace, if there's peace in your life as far as your environment, then there is a problem. There should be strife. Did I stutter? Jesus said, anybody who kills you will think he is offering a service to God. I have been beaten by the police. I have been beaten by others. More than one police officer and others supposedly outside of the church, people in the church have beaten me. This is what Christianity is. Jesus said they will cast you out of their synagogue. The appropriate translation is church. It's not talking about the body of Christ. It's talking about there's a building, there's a meeting place. I believe synagogue means something like meeting place. So they're going to cast you out of their meeting place. They'll cast out your name as evil. If you read about the blind man and Jesus, Jesus said, he was talking about the Christ. And the blind man said, "Who is he, sir?" And Jesus said, "He is the one who is speaking to you." I guarantee you that the world does not like us. It hates its own, but it'll accept its own. I've suffered through several illnesses during which I was beaten, after, at different times. So both ill and well I've been beaten. The illnesses last and last and last. I am hated by my own, which is exactly what John said of Jesus. He said he went to his own, but his own did not receive him. He's saying the religious. I went to these Jews. These Jews were following the religion properly as far as they were concerned. But Jesus knew their hearts. I went to my own. I went to the churches. I said, here I am. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. And they didn't like it because they weren't followers of Jesus Christ. Not in the least. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. As a man sows, so shall he reap. All things work together for good to those that love God and are called according to his purpose. Anyone who kills you will think he is offering service to God. My name has been cast out as evil. My friends' names have been cast out as evil. I have nearly and to the point of actually been physically removed from the people that are supposed to be my people. They're my peeps. No, they're not. Paul said, I've been in danger of false brethren. Jesus said, you are trying to kill me, a man who told the truth that I heard from God. They said, you're crazy. Who is trying to kill you? Jesus said, if you were Abraham's children, you would love me. Your father is you are of your father, the devil. And yes, to be quite honest, whoever you are, those I know, those I don't know, yeah, I'm worried about you. God bless.